Okay. New place. Oh boy. You can see how it's actually on a book. That is very peculiar. Which you could see on the map already, but... Never! Actually, I have to test. Did I say the same thing I talked them multiple times? Yes. I figured, but some characters would say different things. Okay, you guys have a real one-track mind here. Aha. Veronique. Well, I don't feel like color is required for the function of a lagoon. Yeah. Alright, what's your deal? Hi. Yeah, people used to think that around like 2005, a little bit less so these days, but it's a fond memory. What? You think that's the only guy in existence who's gonna have silly hair? That's an incredibly silly conclusion. Is it just impossible to traverse anything that's missing color? I'm not sure I'm up to date on the rules of this universe. It's very peculiar to me that there's like a separation within this jar. You see it on the top screen too, of course. There's the left side and there's the right side. The left side's a bit brighter, the right side's a bit darker, and there's a division partway through, vertically. How do you know that, Joey? Yeah, question him. I don't know. Huh. So they do spell color with OR instead of OUR. Despite all the voices sounding very British to me. Color drops. It's like food coloring. Is that a currency I have to spend now? It is funny to me how the world keeps looking up to me as if I know what to do in this game. Apparently there is a creator character that I vaguely represent that does know these things, but most of the time I just get that feeling that you get in one shot where you're looked up to as some kind of god over this world that can save it and everything, and you have no idea what's going on any more than anyone else does. Or even less. I won't do what you tell me. Okay, I guess I can only color that one thing for the time being. Is that something I can do? I don't know. Whoa, top screen, what are you doing? I guess I would. So will that be a collectible I have to find somewhere, or what? These color drops. Oh. Oh, okay. I have mixed feelings on the fact that I just scribble over the thing to color it in. On one hand, it looks really nice, and it avoids the issue I had in the first game where you would be told, hey, color this building in. But, well, one, you didn't get to draw the whole building, you just had to color it in. And two, and it just colors in the rest for you. And two, you could not make anything even remotely approaching the graphical fidelity of the rest of the game. Which would be at least as much the case here with how everything is drawn very softly. Also, who said that? Some of that colored in the number 1 behind the boathouse too. Yeah, so I guess we'll find it in levels and so on. I don't know if it'll be a hidden collectible in levels or if it'll just be the reward you get for completing the level, more or less. Or you pick it up and that completes the level or something like that. Did I color anything on the beach? I did color some stuff behind the house. Joey! Oh, I figured I actually have to go into the boathouse to do stuff, but no. I do actually have to go back around to the beach. Which makes more sense than just exploring the boathouse for color, but it's kind of awkward to get back here. Anyways. Oh, well, you look plenty colorful, jeez. They actually have a different looking... Very nice. The easel looks different in different worlds. Some R&R. Yeah, so that at least gives me a hint of how they expect the thing to be used, I'll say that much. It's not gonna work super well size-wise, I don't think, but nevertheless... Give me a second. I do have an idea for this, which is slightly, I don't know, non-conventional, but as always, it's a reference to something I like. If I don't find this thing quickly, I may need a second to look around. Getting references for stuff is always a lot harder than it should be. Yeah, give me a second. Now, admittedly, this is going to be one of those cases where it would be a little bit difficult to even get a super noticeable recreation anyways, but I'll at least be inspired a little bit by something. That's actually the wrong side of the board, though. Hold on. Well, that's even more vague. It's fantastic. Okay. The one tricky thing is that you have to... I really feel like I have to look at the guide just to know where the game is going to have my feet placed. Because this game, I notice, tends to have... Instead of... How to put it? Right. Things aren't drawn in profile in this game. Like, notice the surfboard is not drawn in profile. It's drawn a little bit from above, and then the sprites are actually, like, put on top of each other, so you would see here would be standing with feet, like, here and here, maybe. Instead of drawing a profile, like this, and then having her standing out with his feet like this. Which definitely looks better in a lot of ways, but I don't know precisely where the game's going to put his feet is the issue. So I have to be careful what height I draw everything at. So I feel like I need to use the guide for that, which is a little annoying, but oh. So anyways, like I was saying, this is going to turn out a little bit silly looking, to be perfectly honest. I'm pretty discerning of that, but it is what it is. The thing, the board's gonna be thin enough, it's not gonna make any sense to give it visible thickness. Okay, well, for some reason that annihilates the reference. What is happening? There's a weird graphical bug with the guide there. It's a little uneven on the back, but I think that's okay. This is one of those one-time use kinds of things, so I'm not going to spend a mass amount of time on this one this time, I promise. This one I would like to at least try to get it a little bit more... Kind of like that, actually. No, I'm pretty okay with that. Okay. And then from here... Seems like roughly the right color. So kind of like that. Yeah, that's fine. Should lock you. Okay. And, well, I'd be tempted to actually put a little bit more detail on this if I knew where Gur's feet would be, but I don't, so... it is what it is. It clearly doesn't look like much. But there's not much I could have done to imitate what I want to imitate, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time on it. But, this is modeled after, at least. It was inspired by, in the same sense that any film is inspired by a true story. Oh, hi. We're here now. I like the way they have those textures moving on the waves, though, actually. I can still double jump here. The way the textures flow here. That's annoying. But this is modeled after the default snowboard of Brody in SSX Tricky. So you do stuff with the surfboard, at least, instead of just a silly little segment where you, well, don't do much of anything. Where you just kind of slide down a hill and then that's everything. Appreciate that, at least. I don't know if, I don't know if you can grind color in this game or what, or if there's a finite amount of it. Like, if I'll have to come back to pick up the color I missed. I mean, like, this is a little dull. Yeah, it looks to me like more like these are just a generic collectible now. So I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, so right now I can only attack forwards and backwards, so that's why I would want the Omni, whatever this thing's called. Oh, I can even get interesting. Yeah, so these are definitely just a random thing you can pick up then. Why doesn't the camera go down anymore? Oh, you even have a nice little swimming animation. I like that. Yeah, I find it really difficult to jump on enemies in this game in comparison to the first one. Maybe that's just me not getting used to it yet, but... The way the camera zooms out sometimes really catches me off guard. It does add an interesting dynamism to the game, though. Yeah, I could try to jump on these guys to do this, but I feel like I'm better off not doing that. These guys drop a lot of money. It's kind of weird. Oh. I have a tendency to tap the button to jump instead of holding it in this game, which leads to me not jumping much. I need to work on that. Next time we draw whatever this thing is.